As we continue to compare the example of Jesus to our own prayer life, today we need to focus upon the fact that there is a difference between praying as one has the time or as he can find the time, and in really making time to pray. We find that this was something that Jesus did quite often, was that he made time, set aside special time for prayer. But there's also a difference in praying because one has the time to pray and in making time to pray. We read that Jesus got up early, rising before daylight, just so that he would have time to pray. He did this in the midst of having a very busy schedule. Sometimes we're so busy in the morning getting ready for work, having our breakfast, getting the kids ready for school, getting to work, that there's little time left to pray. And then our days and our evenings are so often packed full of work and family activities that when nighttime comes around, we are so tired that we fall asleep before we ever devote any time to our spiritual life. Thus, we see another day passes without praying as we should. Now, as I said, sometimes this is true, and hopefully this scenario does not describe most of God's people. But I think in our day and time, with everyone's schedules being so busy as they are, that this is something that many people struggle with. But prayer is important enough to lose sleep over. Prayer is important enough that you get up early in order to make time for it. Friends, make time in your schedule for prayer. And make sure that it's time when you are alert, that your mind is clear, so that you will be able to devote that time to speaking to God. But also, I've often wondered about the statement, and continued all night in prayer to God, Luke 6:12. I wonder if that means that Jesus offered one continual prayer, or were there several prayers that were broken up by moments of rest or meditation? I wonder if through the night he ever repeated a thought, a thanksgiving, or a request, or did the prayer consist of different things altogether? Any of these possibilities would seem to harmonize with the text. And however you may interpret this text, the fact is that Jesus did a lot of praying. This does not suggest that our prayers have to be long. It does, however, suggest that we have a lot about which that we can and should pray. In fact, the list is endless. We have much for which to be thankful for, a wealth of spiritual blessings, an abundance of material blessings. We have brethren and family and friends. If we were to specify just some of these blessings, then we would be praying for a lot. In fact, something that I like to do from time to time is to stop and offer a prayer to God where all I do is thank Him. I don't ask Him for anything, but I simply thank God for the things that He has done for us. Also, we see that there are many expressions of praise and adoration that we can give to God. When we begin to praise Him for His creation, His wisdom, His power, His might, we again have a lot to say in our prayers. A look at the book of Psalms would be especially helpful in this area. But also, if we look at Jeremiah chapter 32, verses 17 through 25, we find a number of expressions of praise and honor that can be attributed to God, that we can utter in our prayers. Then as we begin to make requests for help, for strength, for protection, wisdom, for the weather, for forgiveness, we again find that we have a lot of things to pray about. But also a lot of time could be spent in making intercessions for the rulers of our nation, for those who are lost, for erring children of God, those who are weak in the faith, for the sick, for the elders of the church, for preachers, and for any others that we love and are concerned about. If our sinless Son of God needed to spend a lot of time praying, then there's a need as well for us to spend a lot of time in prayer to God. Friends, we thank you for joining us for our program today, and have a blessed day.